So everybody, welcome to Garage Shoot 2023. Hello everybody and welcome to Garage Talk, Garage Shoot, or whatever we call it these days.
It's Garage Shoot because when you Google or you check for Garage Talk in YouTube, all these car videos turn up. So it's better to have us separate from all the car videos because we don't talk about cars. We might video on, or photo on, but we don't.
Yeah, unless we're shooting them. So yeah, now I got it. Shout out to one of our subscriber, Cindy. That's for you.
Is she a subscriber? I don't think she is. I don't think she is a subscriber.
Oh, Cindy, you're such a bad girl. bad girl. Yeah. Subscribe now, like right now. Okay. First of all, Happy New Year 2023. May Lord bless you, joy, prosperity, and all your wishes may come true. And I'm your friend, Sonny Olek, and with me is my partner in crime, Mr. Ditcham.
Yep, Scott Ditcham.
Yes, Scott Ditcham. And hopefully this time he'll put something at the bottom, who we are, or where you can see our work.
Yeah, I do all the time. Have you watched our videos? You watch our videos, yeah.
Okay. And he's the founder and the one-man army behind On Sidekick Productions. Yeah. Remember that, guys? We are two working dads in a garage having a chat about what we love, which is videos, photos, drones, creating art, and just capturing the world through the camera lens.
So speaking of drones, we're talking today about the DJI Mini Pro 3 that we both purchased probably a few months ago.
Let me correct you. You purchased and then you talked me into buying one.
I thought you bought yours first.
No, you bought yours first. Remember we did a trial run at the ground and...
Oh yeah, you went and bought one that day, yes.
Yes.
My mistake.
Yeah, that was your mistake. It costed me $1,400 same day. So guys, if you want to sell anything, salesman of the century, he can sell anything to anyone. So we did get our DJI drones. So let's start with you. Why DJI? And again, why for a videographer?
Well, the reason I picked DJI, a lot of reviews on YouTube were saying how good it was, and the fact that there's a lot of laws around drones. So if your drone weighs more than 250 grams, there's certain places you can't fly it. There's a lot of things you got to do before you can actually fly it properly without getting in trouble. So having it under, so it weighs 249 grams. So having it under 250, you can actually fly that pretty much anywhere. Like I know there's restrictions within like 5 kilometers within the airport. Anything over 250, you can't fly within 5 kilometers of an airport. Anything under, there's no real restrictions on that. But there are, of course, other restrictions like you can't fly in the city without permits, that kind of stuff. But that's something you can do later on. But as a hobby, there's a lot less restrictions than it was with the other ones. And just all the reviews. I think the Mini Pro 2 could only do 1080p or could only do 4K in 30 frames per second. Yes. I want something that could do 60 frames per second, and you could slow slow it down. So, which is why I pretty much purchased what I got. So this is the DJI Mavic here. You can see on the camera here. It's pretty. It's not on now. It's all folded up at the moment. So I'll undo the things. Is that what they're called? Propellers. Yes, propellers.
Yeah, those things.
So it's compact. It's very small. Hits in my hand.
Yeah.
Can fit in your pocket if you want to carry it around. That's the little protector. There's the little lens on the front. So it's a lens on there with a...
Actually, if you see it now, I have seen people these days with bigger screen as phones, Samsung or iPhones. Phones, yeah. You got a bigger phone than that in your back pocket. I'm sure you can carry this. It's way less than 250 grams.
Yep, that's with the battery. So the battery that comes with it, which is the normal size battery, which is one of these batteries.
Okay, now tell me why you got 3 batteries in it.
I was going to get that. I was going to get that later. So right now,
we'll get to it now. We'll get it now.
This is a much needed accessory. The batteries don't last very long.
Okay.
I'd say a battery on average 25 minutes if you're lucky. So to have one battery, if you're driving out somewhere on a location, you have one battery and it runs out, there's no real way of charging it. You can charge it by your car
USB ones.
USB. Yep. if you want to, but that's going to take you a while. So if you've got 2 more spare batteries to help you out, you have to worry about that. So that's a definite must-need accessory. I think it was $250, $280.
And you got just a normal USB-C cable, isn't it?
Any one, really.
Oh, lovely.
So it charges all 3 batteries, so it will charge one, then charge the next, then charge the next one. So you can keep taking them out and using them. They do take a little while to charge, but...
So technically, if you charge them at home before you go out,
Yeah.
you got give and take about an hour of flying time.
Yeah.
Flight time will be an hour, and then the rest, whatever is in your control. Okay, now, how do we control it? Tell the audience.
Okay, you can either use your phone with an app to help fly it, but that will drain your phone battery, which means if you get stranded, what are you going to do without a phone? Anyway, so this one,
meanwhile.
this one came, so I think it was 1,100 without this, or 100,000 bucks.
I think 1,100 bucks without the screen one,
Yeah, so
and
this is the remote you can get with it. So $1,300 gives you that drone plus this remote, which the screen is quite bright. Of course, when the sun gets in the way, you still have issues, but it does the job. Oh, just turn it on.
We're going to do the demo, ladies and gentlemen, inside the garage.
Yes. No, we're not. So that's a must-have. So for an extra $200 or $300, you can get that. Otherwise, you're using a phone which isn't as bright and it drains your phone battery. It takes a little while to get used to them because one of them goes up and down and turns left and right. And the other one makes you go forward and back and sideways. So it's really working out which one does which. And yeah, just it's a bit of practice. So without recording anything, just take it out, fly it around for a bit, try not to crash into anything, and see how you go from there. But after that, you'll start to learn what you're doing and go from there.
Another thing you just mentioned, crashing the drone.
Yeah, well, before we go into that,
the
bag also comes with, I think it was with the, with the battery pack. So you get the bag, not a great bag, but it holds what it needs to hold. And another must-need accessory are ND filters. Because the lens is only, 1.7 aperture?
1.4, I believe.
I thought it was
1.4.
whatever it is. Lets a lot of light into the lens, so it blows up a lot of, the sun will be really overexposed. So you need these little filters. I've got one on the drone right now, but it comes in a little pack like that.
In a simple English, I will say it's like wearing sunglasses. When you go out, the sun's bright, what you do, you put your sunnies down. These filters are like the sunglasses for your camera. People use it on DSLRs, mirrorless, and now we have for drones. So on a good, bright, sunny day, if you are doing a shoot at the beach or somewhere, ND filters are must.
Now, this is not a sponsored video by DJI because we haven't really gone into much detail yet.
Exactly, and DJI, if you are watching this, get in touch now. Call me. So, Ditchy, tell the audience why drone. Why you needed that? Weren't you happy with your beautiful Panasonic video camera?
I was, but initially I wasn't going to get a drone because I've researched it and there were so many laws. I thought, well, it's not really worth it. Until the DJI Mavic Pro, DJI Mini Pro 3 came out, and I realized, there wasn't as many laws you had to follow. So, and noticing, because I do a lot of American football videos, a lot of people in the US use drones to introduce the ground, that kind of stuff. Yep. I know our fields here aren't as good, obviously. We don't have the stadiums, but I figured that's the kind of stuff I want to do. So in the end, thought, nut stuff it, I'm going to get it. And I'm glad I did. I don't use it a lot, but when I do use it, it comes in really handy. Fair enough. And why did you get yours, besides me talking you into it?
First thing, you talked me into it. Secondly, when I used it, I realized how easy it was to control it during the flight time. It was very easy, even for a person. And I'm one of those few, I will say, people on internet now who haven't played video games like Xbox or PlayStation and something. So I'm not very good at these remote control things, but it was quite easy. And the reason I bought it was a just different angle to shoot my landscape. What I was doing was, you can say, at 172 sort of a centimeter height, I was looking at that. Drone gave me basically 60-80 meter altitude to shoot landscape from wide angle. So, and luckily the first few shoots were good, like the beach one, the one I went to Barwon Heads, 13 beach, Geelong, like shoreline, that was good. Then we did the Melbourne Pier, which was good. And Justin Rogan, if you're watching it, Melbourne Piers, yeah. Sorry guys, if you don't know that, he's one of our mates and fellow drone enthusiast, and he just hates Melbourne Pier because he thinks I spend too much time there, but hey, I love it.
Sticks in water. Now, with the photos coming out of the drone, like directly out of the drone, what are your thoughts on them?
Way better than what I was expecting, honestly. I mean, I was expecting sort of a okay quality, and then you need to be very lucky to find a shot, but surprisingly you can get up to 42 megapixels of resolution. And friends who don't know about videography or photography, when you the higher the megapixels, you got more data in that file to extract the shadows, the light, the brightness, and you got more material to work on with. So I believe 42 megapixel is sort of a very nice sweet point. It's not too low, it's not too heavy or high, and it gives you pretty much good, I will say, picture quality. Video quality, I will say it's even amazing.
Yeah, I found you can shoot, like normally how it comes straight away, you can shoot the way it is there in the picture quality they have there, which is, you know, full color. It's still pretty good, but they recommend, so you can do your own color grading, which I'm still learning. If you shoot in, I think it's called Cine D-Log or something like that.
Yes, cinematic D-Log.
Yeah, so it's more of a grey image, so you can actually get your chance to darken your shadows, you know, that kind of stuff. Just make it the way you want it, how it to look. There's features on there. What's your favorite feature on there?
Mine is tracking subject, and
Which I haven't tried yet.
oh, you have to try it. And in to explain it to all the viewers, it is like you put a tracking circle on a screen that's the subject you want to track, or that's the point on the frame you want to track, and if that subject moves, the drone will follow it through, hopefully without crashing into something.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing I'll say I don't like about the drone. In fact, you can turn, like initially you can't fly sideways until you actually turn it off in the settings. And if you do that, you need to be aware of your surroundings because there's no sensors sideways. So back and forwards, up and down, it has sensors. But as soon as you start going sideways, there's no sensor to warn you're going to crash into something or something nearby. So that's one thing I hope they fix.
Guilty.
Also guilty.
Confession to make, I did lose my first drone, and I almost died actually in that accident. Not that the drone hit me.
Who cares? What that drone? Did you get the drone back?
Yeah, drone and the footage, I will say that. I think we are getting very possessed about the footage these days if we are risking our life. But long story short, I was at Lal Lal Falls. It's a waterfall near Balan area. And that day there was nobody there, and after recent heavy rain and floods, that waterfall was gushing, beautiful, wavy water, right? Fine, so I'm there, I'm doing my video footage, I'm doing my thing, there's not a single soul there. And after 10-20 minutes, I figure out what I wanted to shoot or the way I wanted to shoot. So here I'm in the middle of doing it, and somebody tapped on my shoulder, turned around, and it's an old couple with a very thick accent. I think they were from Germany, and they're like, "Excuse me, can you take my picture?" Okay. So I put the controller in my armpit. I took their picture, turned around. I can't see my drone.
Okay.
Right? I can see leaves on the screen. So I realized, I tried to replay the video, and I realized my drone was going sideways in a slow-mo while I was taking the picture, and it hit the tree and it got stuck there on the ledge of that waterfall.
Okay.
Tried to recover it, couldn't. So yours truly gave up on that one. Thanks to my insurance plan with DJI support, I have to pay only $400, ouch, to get a replacement one.
Yep.
But they did said that if I could get them even broken bits and pieces of that drone, they could have given me for only $95. Okay. So insurance plans.
So what does it cost you per year for that insurance plan?
The insurance plans costed me $200 for 2 years, in which I can get up to 2 drone replacements. So my 2 drone replacements are still good on the books.
Yep.
And that's why I'm a little bit now more okay with risky flights.
Okay.
So yes, if you're getting a drone, get an insurance plan. You will not regret it.
And my accident wasn't as drastic. I was at a American football training session. I was going to mic up a player and do some video shot. So I wanted to get an aerial shot of the field, and some fairly large light poles there, like larger than normal.
Yeah, you missed those ones?
Yeah, they were huge, so I've flown up in the air, thought, oh, I think I'm up high enough, and there's plenty of room between one pole and the other pole. So I'm flying sideways, getting good footage, so taking in the view, and next thing I hear whack, and then the screen went all funny, and then somehow it stayed in the air, and yeah, I brought it back to myself, and it was fine. There was no damage, didn't hit the ground, came straight back to me.
I'm so happy you're a videographer, not a player anymore.
Yep,
If that's your guess, that's a pole, and that's the distance I got.
But I was too busy doing the footage, and again, no sideways sensors because I turned that off. So I wanted to fly sideways, so there's no sensor, so that's why I hit the pole. But it stayed up in the air and continued to record, and I still have it.
Bottom line, we both survived that accident, and we still love our drones, and we still love what we are doing. So stay tuned, keep watching. In future episodes, there's a lot of exciting stuff's coming for you. And if you haven't subscribed it yet,
yes.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Subscribe now, like now.
Before we go off,
Yeah.
there is one thing. If you do want to fly your Mini 3 and make money off photos and videos, there is...
Contact us.
Well, no. You can contact us, or if you have one yourself, it's $40. Hang on. It's $40 apparently to do the online test. It's a very simple test. And it's $40 a year.
Digi, how the are we going to make money if we tell people everything?
I'm just telling them. Anyway, so $40 a year, and that covers you to sell your photos and videos, but there still are restrictions of where you can fly it. That's up to you to investigate, because we're not going to talk about that today.
Yeah, okay, and DJI.